What's up everyone, Mike here, and this week we've got 4 really cool new releases that just got set up for special order on the website, and then I want to dive into my top 10 picks for Thanksgiving wine pairing, so let's jump in. First special order item we're going to take a look at is the Little Book Infinite Edition number 2. This is a limited edition release from Freddie No, who is the 8th generation of the Beam family. It blends whiskey made by his grandfather Booker, his father Fred, and Freddie No himself. Booker's brings the oak and smoke. Fred adds caramel and dark fruit, and Freddie brings bright apple and pear to the party. The cool thing about this is that they're essentially creating an infinity bottle that you can purchase. Every year it will evolve a little bit, and they can continue with this forever. It's 120.4 proof, collectible, and a true piece of the Beam family's history. Got a hefty price tag, but if you're into the little book, you already know that. So go ahead and click the link down below and get yours before they're gone. This next one's a crazy good value Brunello that is on the Ship 12 free list. This is Casanuova delle Cerbaie Brunello di Montalcino, and it's the 2017 vintage. Bottle's only $37, and like I said, it is on the free shipping list, which is wild considering the 95-point score. It's 100% Sangiovese, obviously, aged for 30 months in Slovenian oak, and it's an incredible value for Brunello under $40. It's seriously hard to beat here. So if you're looking for a good wine to put in your cellar or a good wine to give as a gift this year, this is a perfect option for you. Next up, this one's a lot of fun. Everyone loves Dolly Parton, and now everyone can love Dolly Parton Pinot Noir. This bottle brings bright red fruit, a little blueberry pie, and a soft vanilla finish, and it is delicious, easy to drink, and crowd pleasing. This is the perfect bottle to have around when family shows up unexpected. Pop it open, pour it, and everyone's gonna have a good time. And the last special order items we're gonna take a look at this week, 2 single cask rums from South Africa. So these are brought to us by Holmes K, and what they do is they go around the world, they find smaller rum producers, and they bottle for them and push them out into the markets worldwide. So both of these come from MHOBA Distillery, that's MHOBA, and they're both 2018 vintage rums. One's peated, one's not, and they're both absolutely awesome. You're looking at about $150 for each of these, and I think it's totally worth it for such unique and hard to find rums. So all 4 of those special order items, we'll have links down in the description for you to check them out, but now let's get into the feast, Thanksgiving. We're only a couple weeks out from Thanksgiving, and people are starting to ask us what they should pair with their Thanksgiving dinner. So let me clear it all up for you. Now first, before I start this, I do want to say that pairing is kind of controversial in our store. The reason for that is because the real golden rule is drink what you like. Of course, there's 100 other pairing rules that you can go for, but if you straight up hate Cabernet, then why would you drink it with a steak? So yes, I do think these are the 10 best bottles to put on your Thanksgiving table this year, but no, I don't think they're the only options. I also want to say real quick before I get started with the list, honorable mention goes to Beaujolais Nouveau. I covered Beaujolais Nouveau last week. If you missed that, go ahead and check that out after you're done with this video. And it's kind of a given that a lot of you are going to be having Beaujolais Nouveau on your table this year because that's kind of the tradition that we go by in America. Speaking of Beaujolais, number 10 is a Beaujolais. Now this is a cru Beaujolais, which means it's a much more serious wine than your Beaujolais Nouveau. Specifically, I'm talking about Dutraive Saint-Amour, the Clos du Chapitre. Now, Beaujolais is the region that got me into wine. Pretty much every Beaujolais I've ever had is bright, expressive, and food-friendly, and that's kind of what makes it great for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, this bottle of $33.95 is a perfect example of a red that'll work well for Thanksgiving. It's juicy, floral, silky, and soft, which really makes it a great food wine. It's light enough to play well with your turkey, but also has enough character to stand up to dishes like stuffing that have a lot more flavor. Now, on top of being a great food wine, this is a really good example of how Beaujolais Cru can often reach Burgundy level quality at half the price. And that's why this one makes number 10 on my list. Now, moving on to number 9. That's going to be Otto Soave Classico. This bottle comes in at $16.99. Soave is Italy's sleeper for Thanksgiving. This is crisp but has a little grip, flavors of peach, citrus, and white flowers with a really good backbone of minerality. The acidity is great for cutting through those creamy or heavier foods that you'll have on the table, but the aromatics are strong enough that they're not going to get lost next to the more powerful foods. It's a perfect wine when you've got a table full of textures and flavors that don't necessarily play nice with one another. Number 8 is another red wine. This is Violet Hill Pinot Noir. This bottle is $16.95. This wine's soft, it's got bright red berry flavors, think cranberry and cherry, and it's got a little bit of herbal spice on the back end. So it's basically Thanksgiving in a glass. Well, minus the turkey, I guess. The acidity works really well with gravy and cranberry sauce, and it's pretty light, so it'll keep things fresh between bites. If you're only bringing one red to Thanksgiving this year, this is the one I would pick. Number 7 on my list is coming in at $13.95. That's gonna be Domäne, Wachau, Federspiel, Terrassen, Grüner Veltliner. Grüner is kind of Austria's secret weapon when it comes to vegetable dishes and more spicy aromatic foods. This Grüner is bright and snappy, which makes it super refreshing and cleansing. And that really helps balance out all the butter and cream that's going to be on the table. So if you like to put any greens at all on your Thanksgiving plate, definitely look into grabbing a Grüner, specifically Domäne Wachau. For number 6, we'll hop back over to France, a little bit north of Beaujolais, for Albert Bichot Chablis. Chablis is Chardonnay in its purest, most refreshing form. 2023 Bichot has that signature chalky minerality and really bright, refreshing green apple and lemon flavors. It's perfect with turkey and gravy, but also excellent with potatoes and dinner rolls. Really, anything buttery or rich. The high acidity resets your palate between bites, so you never hit that too much food wall. Number 5 on my list might be my personal favorite. If you've never had a Tavel Rosé, especially with Thanksgiving dinner, this is the year that you gotta do it. Les Lazaret Tavel Rosé is the perfect option for you, especially if you're looking for something a little different. Now, I think Tavel Rosés are the best rosés in the world. Reason being is they have a little bit more body, a little bit more texture than almost anything else you'll find in the market, especially those Provence-style rosés that you get at any restaurant that you walk into. They have more body and spice, they're floral and fruity, and they're just really expressive, fun bottles. When you throw a bottle of Les Lazaret on the table, you have a wine that's chilled but structured, so it can handle anything from turkey to cranberry sauce to sweet potatoes. And this is a bottle that's under 15 bucks, so it's hard to say no to for me. Like I said, if you haven't had a Tavel Rosé during Thanksgiving, this is the time. Number 4 on my list is going to be Alsace-Wilm Pinot Gris Reserve. Now, Pinot Gris is tailor-made for fall flavors. You're looking at ripe fruit with honey and spice accents, which lines up perfectly with everything that's going to be on your table next Thursday. Pinot Gris really does a good job of connecting the savory and sweet foods that'll be on your table for Thanksgiving, so you can have it out during any point in the meal, and it just works. Number 3 on my list is Hartford Court Russian River Valley Chardonnay. This bottle's about 20 bucks, and it delivers on quality. It's rich and round with a soft buttery finish that's perfect with cream corn, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and almost anything else that you can think of having for Thanksgiving dinner. And it's got enough acidity to keep from feeling too heavy, so you still get that nice refreshing lift between bites. Now, my top 2 might be a little controversial for some of you, but I would say you gotta stop being scared of residual sugar. These wines are not sticky sweet. When I tell people about these 2 wines, they get turned off immediately because I say off dry. But let me tell you something, you're not gonna find 2 better wines to pair with your Thanksgiving dinner this year. So number 2 on my list is Dr. Lucen Dr. L Riesling. This is a bottle that's only $10.95 and is delicious year after year after year. You might think I'm crazy for putting an off-dry Riesling this high on the Thanksgiving wine pairing list, but trust me, it is not sticky sweet, it is not a dessert wine. This stuff is just delicious and perfectly balanced. It's got great acidity that really plays well with that little bit of residual sugar in the bottle. Makes it perfect for ham, cranberry sauce, stuffing, pretty much anything you can put on the table. An off-dry Riesling is really easy to pair, especially with these fall flavors. And finally, number 1 on my list of the top 10 wines to pair with Thanksgiving dinner this year. This is Sauvion Vouvray. So if you don't know, Vouvray is made from a grape called Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc can be made in any style, from bone dry to crazy sweet. This one in particular is just off dry. This hits all the marks for me when it comes to pairing with Thanksgiving food. Balance, acidity, texture, it's all there. You got honey, pear, citrus, and a super long finish that can handle anything from turkey to pumpkin pie. This is an incredibly versatile wine that to me seems like it is just made to be put on your Thanksgiving table. Chenin Blanc might not get all the hype and fame that it deserves, but for Thanksgiving, I truly do believe that it is an unbeatable option. And Sauvion Vouvray for $14.95 is the perfect option. So that's it. That's my top 10 wines to pair with your Thanksgiving dinner this year. I think there's something for everyone in there, and you can check all of them out at the description below. If you think I got it totally wrong, please tell me in the comments because I would love to talk to you about it. And if you have one to add, go ahead and do that too. So give me a like, subscribe, whatever you gotta do to make sure that you don't miss any episodes of Special Order, because we always have cool stuff going live on the site and you don't wanna miss it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week. Adios.